Okay. Yeah, frustrating and disappointed just to end up losing in this first game of the playoffs, and we have pain knowing that we could have done much better, but probably the second half um, was an image was what happened in the last few games that we were fainting a little. We were slowing our level, and Chicago in the second half was much better and create those three goals that in certain times we could have done better. But the game in the first half was more equal. We didn't have too many actions. They didn't have many either, or just a few intents, but nothing else. But yeah, disappointed. I thought we could have been better. I still want to show our gratitude to our fans and the people who have supported us during all this period. And today we just feel pain now just to advance in the next stage.
We'll go first to Michael Citro.
Thanks for your time, Oscar. A couple of times in the after the first goal, there were a couple of times where Robin fell down. It looked like he got hurt the second time and was having trouble walking, was having trouble jumping, and even visibly winced when kicking the ball up the field. What was he telling you for you to keep him on the field tonight?
Right. The field didn't help him either. Michael, he was very slippery and heavy. Uh, we were asking him about his pain in the knee. Many times he expressed that he could resist and play normally. But I think two of those three goals in the second half, it was a result of somebody's sliding or something. But with the pain, he finished fine. Obviously, he was playing with some soreness, but nothing else. I haven't here.
We'll go next to Austin David.
Oscar, you kind of talked about just the last couple games and how kind of things have played out. What do you kind of think has kind of led to the way these games have kind of played out for your team?
Well, it's simply I don't think we have been that team that have that energy and compete the whole 90 minutes. We're trying to survive with many difficulties that we have had, but it's something that we needed to resolve, but we couldn't. The adversity with players and injuries, and we trying kind of to overcome, but I could tell you and I could see in the last two games probably an X-ray about what is happening in the last month, especially.
We'll go next to Mike Gramajo.
Oscar, I'm wondering what the second half was like for you in the sidelines. Chicago started off fast and got that goal early on in the second half, and then the second one came, then the third one came, and obviously forced you guys to really put yourselves in a defensive position. Were you expecting the Chicago team to come out like that in the second half, and did it get you guys a little bit by surprise to see how they started that second half?
Well, when we review the actions, both of those goals, uh, we were in the right positioning. And first one we slid in, and the defender was trying to cover the ball, and I don't think it was about energy. I thought about I think it was just an error that we had positionally with our midfielders, but also what somebody slid in there. I thought it was Robin, and the second one as well. That was that error that we all see, but yes, I felt that it was difficult to overcome those first 10, 15 minutes, but the team ended up just doing it late, but we end up just doing it, yes.
Yeah, Oscar, this game looked a lot like the Vancouver game in a lot of ways. It was Orlando just didn't seem to have a plan for, not necessarily a plan, but didn't seem to know how to play through the press, play through the spaces where Chicago was trying to deny them. It did teams find something down the stretch to bother the attacking connections, do you think?
Right, when you see the games like that, and our proposal or our initiative, Michael, uh, it's true that we couldn't achieve, we couldn't do it the way we wanted, and instead the other team find a way under that pressure just to get the ball in the zones that we didn't want it. But I think our game model is there. Maybe the execution was not what we wanted. Maybe have a second plan in some instances today or against Vancouver, and we couldn't perform better. But it's true that similarities on those two games happen, and we couldn't survive. We couldn't be cleaner on getting the ball out. We tried to be probably more simpler and tried to play long balls, but in that way we couldn't either just get some success in that part. So I say to one of your colleagues, and I have to accept it, especially in the second half, Chicago was much better in the energy, the dynamic, and we couldn't get out of that pressure in this case.
And we'll go last question for Oscar to Mike Gramajo.
Oscar, obviously it's a early playoff exit for you guys. Obviously last year the team was able to make it to the Eastern Conference Final, and then this year obviously you guys mentioned that the expectations were high. Considering everything that happened tonight and how the season ended, I mean, how would you define how this year went for this squad?
Well, not a good day to make a lot of analysis tonight. Uh, we're this is a situation that we didn't plan. I thought the team qualified in the playoffs with a different expectative, so with different goals. The last few games we didn't perform well. We couldn't get out of that mode, and just be precise on the reasons at this time is difficult. Promise that we as leaders and the players and coaches and directors will sit down and see what was the root of our problems in this last month, especially. I have to recognize as well that this group during the year, the boys play hard, and they actually had one more point than last year. We had 53 and last year 52, but our playoffs were not good. Our level was not in our best phase for sure.
All right, thank you, Oscar.
Okay.
We'll have next Captain Robin Jansson.
Thank you.
The first thing that comes in mind is it's not good enough. It's a sad moment. I felt that we came out with at least the energy in the beginning the first half, first half of the first half. I think we had the energy there. We tried, but we didn't really manage to get the ball up there to create something. And then we started to lose a little bit of that energy. I felt like halfway through the first half, and then yeah, the second half was not good enough.
We'll go first to Austin David.
Robin, obviously you missed the last game with injury. Coming into this one, how were you feeling, and just kind of overall through the course of the game, how were you feeling?
Oh, I felt okay. I've been feeling better, but that's no excuse now. It was not good enough from the whole part of the team. Like I said before, a sad moment. Just yeah, I don't really know how to say it, but it's the moment of sadness, and there's not much to do now. But we would hope that we could do it better, but yeah, in the end of the day, today was not good enough.
We'll go next to Michael Citro.
Robin, thanks for your time. Looked like on the first Chicago goal, cross through the box. Looked like you had it. You were ready to block that, but you went down. Looked like you had some trouble with your footing out there. What was going on with the field out there tonight?
No, it was super soft. I was unlucky. I slipped. I had studs, but yeah, couldn't even help with studs. So I don't know what I should put under my cleats, but yeah, as you're saying, it's like I don't know how to frame it, but like since the summer, like the last 1.5, 2 months, I feel like those are the type of goals that we have conceded, which is too it's too easy, and we have to work so hard to even create and score goals. Just frustrating, and it's in this part of the season that is way too easy. You cannot have those goals and a couple of other goals that we had in other games. Defensively, we had to be way much better first to start with today, but then also it's been some of the last couple of games too. Same easy goals. Yeah, unfortunately, but it's not good enough.
We'll go next to Mike Ramajo.
Robin, you kind of mentioned that they're frustrating, obviously with the result in the last few games that the team has had. I mean, how can you explain these last few games? Obviously, today was obviously a must win to advance, but I mean, how frustrating is it that the team wasn't able to turn things around, especially tonight in a wild card game to advance?
No, like it's super frustrating. Like I said before, I think we came into the season. We had a very good first half of the season, and then after the summer, there was like where it started to dip a little bit. We didn't really score those goals that we did before. We started to let some too easy goals inside. So I think the whole picture is it has not been good enough from after like summer, and especially the last 2 months, I would say. Too easy goals conceded, and the midfield play not as good as it was before. I feel it's like a whole package, and we don't create and we don't score like we did before the summer. So it's on all of us to be responsible, and then yeah, frustrated, sad now, and then yeah, what more to say?
We'll do two more questions. We'll go to Luis Carlos Pineda.
Hi, Robin. I wanted to ask you, obviously, last year you guys reached very far in the playoffs. This year, you just got eliminated. What is the biggest difference you will draw from both performances, and what will you tell the fans regarding this result? Thank you.
No, first of all, we're sorry. Our fans deserves more. They support us through good times, through bad times, and now it's a bad time. Hopefully, we have their support, but just want to thank them so much for always be there for us. And just sorry for feeling coming like short this season. I think looking back from last year when we lost the conference final, we had the goals going into this season that we wanted to do something as good as that or even better, which was what our goal. But then, yeah, no, I feel sorry for the fans, and we should have done better.
And we'll go last question to Michael Citro.
Robin, I know that you guys would never use fixtures as any kind of an excuse, but it seemed like the team's performance started to fall off around the time you guys made the Leagues Cup semifinals, and from that point on, just didn't seem as crisp the rest of the way. Did you sense that, or did you sense any change in the team around that time?
No, like all the players are there every day, working on the trainings. But as you're saying, something after that Leagues Cup thing there, it started to go south. It's hard to pinpoint something now, but I think I think the whole package, like no one can how do you say, go away from this. I think it's a team that wasn't that solid that we were the other part. If we're talking about the good part, we were way more solid before, and we created, we scored. The defense was on the toes. The play in the midfield was good, but I think overall the dropping, unfortunately, was a team thing that I think it was we didn't really get out of that after the Leagues Cup, I would say. It was hard, but we were pushing in training, trying to resolve and trying to find ways to do stuff better. But yeah, in the end of the day, it just lucked.
All right, we'll wrap things up there. Thank you, Robin. Safe travels back to Orlando.